All right, we're in for a good video and we're officially playing a game of can I finish this video before it gets too dark out and I lose my natural lighting? The answer is probably no. Also, Brody, I'm wearing your band shirt in a video, so I expect my $50 payment because this incredibly on-time video is guaranteed to get at least 1 million views. I'm ahead of the curve with this topic, for sure, as per usual, but we are going to be talking about the hashtag YouTube wake up because that has been an ever-growing topic, and a lot of people are angry, and I understand why people are angry, and I feel like there's a lot of things to unpack here with the specific situation, so let's just get into it. That was a little bit too close to let's just jump into it, wasn't it? I'm gonna get sued by Philip DeFranco. Anyways, you guys know, or maybe you don't, but I am no stranger to, calling out YouTube when I feel like they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or if there's things that they should be doing better. I've actually gotten mad about related topics before, and I've talked about it. I haven't gone at it the same way that this guy has with this particular movement, but we'll get into kind of the implications of that. But I've called multiple times for YouTube to just be better in a lot of situations, particularly when it comes to some of the larger channels. Now, obviously, there is a bunch of stuff that goes on the seedy underbelly, the smaller views side of YouTube, the stuff that isn't going to show up in recommended. And where I usually find the most problems is when it's the big YouTubers that just continuously get away with like mistreating their kids, basically abusing them for views, like the CJ So Cool situation where he actually gave his kids laxatives. I don't understand why that channel wasn't removed, or at least why he wasn't told to not put his kids in videos anymore, to not incentivize him to, abuse his kids for views. But that's besides the point. There are tons of parents on these family-friendly channels that do horrible things to their kids, and that's where I think YouTube needs to be stepping in more because those videos get so many views. Those channels are very prolific. They are in the family-friendly recommended area of YouTube, and that's why I think that there should be a little bit more done there. When it comes to some of the smaller stuff we're going to be talking about, I feel like they are doing a lot, and no one is going to argue that it isn't a super messed up situation. So just to kind of give you guys the quick rundown, I should have already done this, but a couple days ago there was a video made by a guy called Mattswhatitis, and he was basically just calling out YouTube for a subsection where if you kind of like, even if you started with like a fresh YouTube account, if you just kind of search something like, bikini shopping, and like within a couple of clicks, or if any kind of clicks of being just on like kid channel content with, or like videos featuring kids, you would end up in basically this nexus of never-ending videos where your entire recommended feed was just kid videos of, underage girls specifically. Some of them actually uploaded by those underage girls, and some of them re-uploaded by people that are definitely pedophiles. Then in the comment sections, there would be timestamps linking to areas where, the girl might be like, bending in a certain way, or doing something where, a sick, disgusting, perverted child predator would kind of be like interested in seeing something. So I am not arguing that is not messed up. Obviously, we don't like pedophiles here. No one should like pedophiles anywhere, and we should not be okay with pedophiles kind of trying to organize their own little ring on YouTube. But that brings the other side of the equation of the fact that YouTube has, hundreds of thousands of hours of content uploaded, daily. There's 300 hours of video uploaded every minute. Every minute, not every hour. Every minute, there's 300 hours of video uploaded to the platform. The number of YouTube employees is not large enough to deal with that many hours of content to the extent that they'd be able to monitor every single video that was uploaded. They would need so many more people working for them to the point that it wouldn't be feasible. The company could not even afford to do that. I think YouTube at itself, it actually like struggles to make a net profit or something like that. Obviously, Google's doing fine, but YouTube itself has a hard time making a net profit because of how much it has to like manage. But even without that out of the way, obviously it is still their job to take care of it, and that's why they've tried to put stuff into the algorithm to catch these things. That's why you're noticing that channels that are making like Club Penguin content or, Pokemon Go videos were kind of getting flagged because of the fact that they were, family friendly, targeting kids specifically, and then just had CP in the title, which, stands for, schmornography. We're gonna try to not get demonetized with this one. And that's why some of those videos were getting removed. Now, obviously was not a blanketed thing because I uploaded a video last week talking about the Austin Jones situation. All of that video did was get listed as may not be suitable for all advertisers. And I actually had, CP in the title 2 different times because I thought that would be better than actually putting child pornography. But at least the video itself did not get fully taken down like some of these other ones are. YouTube even admitted that that was an error on their part. That was an error of the system being too sensitive. Now, I guess that can make it really annoying when you're like, well, this video that's titled Popsicles that has all these, pedophiles commenting on it is not being pulled down, or the comments section's been disabled by YouTube because it's noticed that the comment section's gone out of whack and the person that uploaded clearly isn't the person in the video, so why wouldn't they just delete the content? I think that might be something that they could potentially look into. I honestly think that they should potentially raise the age that you can upload content to YouTube, but it really sucks that there are just people that are living regular lives. They are going to the beach with their family. They're going on vacations. They are doing gymnastics routines that they're proud of. They're doing, different sports. They're just hanging out in their house talking to the camera, and people are being weird about it because you know what? You can guarantee? A pedo is not going to care what is happening. They are going to be attracted to that child no matter what. That is not something that you can stop just by removing all of that content from YouTube. That's not something you can stop by demonizing these little kids, being like, yeah, well, you can't have any of your content on YouTube because, some adult creep is going to sexualize you. So, stop that. I almost feel like it's like the content being there and people being able to comment on it could actually help people, catch different predators online. I'm not saying that obviously we should not facilitate this. And obviously if these comment sections are being brigaded, especially on content where it's, you're the one uploading it. If your daughter, or son uploads something to YouTube and that comment section gets brigaded by pedos or has the opportunity for, people to start talking to those underage children and manipulating them, which is definitely something that can happen on the internet, that is a huge problem and that should be dealt with. But to say that YouTube doesn't care is ridiculous. Obviously, they are going to care about children being exploited on their website, even if not from just being a solid person, moral, ethical, everything else background. From a purely monetary standpoint, they have to care about that because that is one area that everybody can agree on. Even pedophiles will probably put it out there that they agree with that statement because that's what they would have to do to seem like normal human beings, because normal human beings think it's messed up. And it is. It is messed up. Stop sexualizing children that can't consent to you. Stop sexualizing children in general. Stop trying to normalize that kind of crap. It's not normal. They can't consent. Maturity levels, completely different. So anyways, talking about the fact that that is clearly an issue that YouTube is trying to deal with, but the fact that, that algorithm, it's amoral. It doesn't have a morality. It can't tell based on what certain things are being said if there's no swearing. That is something very easy to teach an algorithm, being like, here are words that you should look out for that are not okay. It can pick up on those. It can't pick up on really basic things if people are just saying if people are just stringing together words that don't explicitly mean something bad. Is that something that they could potentially work on? Yes, but it's gonna take a lot of working around, and it's kind of like a fine balance of where are you affecting genuine creators and where are you actually making a difference to the problem. Now, the other thing that ended up being an issue with this guy who made the video is that he was specifically not just saying YouTube, please fix this. He was specifically asking people to go to different advertisers and ask them not to advertise on YouTube. And honestly, if you look into this guy, there's a bunch of stuff kind of going on his channel that would kind of suggest that his ultimate goal is not to, be this moral hero, or actually that he cares very much about what he's saying. It's more like he's trying to deeply affect YouTube. He's not trying to get a solution to the problem. He is trying to get advertisers pulled from the platform, which doesn't actually change anything. That doesn't stop the fact that there's pedophiles on the website. It's not gonna help YouTube fix the problem any faster because you're hitting them on their bottom line. And as someone who really does not want to defend YouTube on that standpoint, because I think a lot of the stuff they do is stupid, a lot of the stuff they do, it's because they get backed into corners like this. So as of right now, Epic or Fortnite has pulled their advertisements. I think Nestle did, I think Disney has, and it's just they're waiting for more answers. And we saw this with the last Adpocalypse and the Elsagate situation, which, you know, they did a really good job cracking down on that. Still definitely needs more work, but it's a process. YouTube is not like traditional media. You don't have control over everything that gets uploaded, and because so much is getting uploaded, it's hard to police it if people aren't telling you it's there. So if you're coming across this content, report it repeatedly, report anything else on their channel. They're obviously dealing with a backlog of reports, so if enough people report the same thing, obviously that will probably get prioritized, but just report anything you see that seems wrong. Report the accounts that say weird things. Should YouTube potentially have like one person whose job it is just to look up search terms like trying on bikinis or, you know, Elsa with Spider-Man? Possibly. I don't know if they have that person and there's just so much of the content that every time they pull something off, something new pops up, but they should probably have like one person and that's their job just to do all day. Just look up that weird stuff. I don't know how feasible that is, but if that's my main recommendation to YouTube. Can you just hire somebody to look that stuff up on the platform? Like I said, there's a bunch of stuff about this Mattswhatitis guy. Like he had another YouTube channel that has some like really terrible stuff on it. The channel was called Totally Uncreative. It really didn't go anywheres in terms of like a subscriber count, but like one of his videos literally has him like standing on the street asking people if they want to be in a porn with him, like they want to be in an adult sexual film with him, which, you know, you can do to a certain extent and just be kind of messing around with it. But at one point he drives by a car, beeps his horn at a girl who's, you know, wearing a backpack, can't confirm how old she is. She could be over the age of 18, but there's a really good chance that she's under the age of 18 and actually a high school student, and he starts accosting her to be in an adult film video, and the second he starts talking, she walks the other way and he keeps going. So excuse me for questioning whether this guy actually has any morality in the matter. Obviously somebody being a full-fledged like pedophile looking up this content on YouTube is a lot different what this guy's doing, but his existing content makes me question what his actual intention is, and the fact that he's encouraging the people that are still watching his live streams to specifically go at advertisers, asking them to pull their advertisements off of YouTube, telling YouTubers that just to go get other jobs when a lot of people have just carved out genuine careers in content creation on this channel, the same way people have it, like Netflix, traditional media, just anything in the movie industry. This is just a different form of media, and basically telling people who have self-made themselves just to like F off, you haven't done anything wrong, you're not involved in this situation, but screw you, because I feel wronged by a platform, so I'm just gonna try to get all of these advertisers riled up and removed from the platform. Now you can notice with a lot of his other content that's coming up, there is a very low like to dislike ratio as people are kind of catching on to this. So basically what I'm saying is if you see this kind of content on YouTube, report it. If you see people being, you know, nonces, we're gonna call them nonces from now on, like the Brits do, a fancy word for a pedo. If you see people doing stuff like that, report them. I find it really interesting because apparently right now the FBI is actually investigating Discord because certain Discord chat rooms have been used to facilitate a variety of illegal activity from like, you know, identity theft to like credit card fraud, all the way up to like child pornography and stuff like that, as to be expected. And, you know, Discord is doing the best they can when they find them to remove them, to respond to all the different reports that happen, and they're just doing the best they can. In the Forbes article originally, it sounded like they were accusing Discord or making it seem like Discord was being investigated, but it's actually just certain Discord chats or Discord servers that are being investigated by the FBI. And a lot of people came to the defense of Discord to make that distinction, and unfortunately, YouTube is not getting that same treatment. I realize that it is a little bit different. I realize that there is a difference there because, you know, servers are mostly private, and that does make a difference in this situation. But anybody who thinks that YouTube is purposely allowing anything remotely close to child pornography on the website because they want it there or they support it is stupid. Literally, even if it's not from any kind of moral, just right thing to do standpoint, from a purely monetary standpoint, it is stupid as hell to allow any of this content or any of this movement to exist on the platform. The only thing I hope from this situation is that they somehow find a better kind of solution on how to deal with some of this stuff, but I honestly think that they have been working pretty hard on this issue, as it's something that's constantly being brought up, and it's obviously something that's constantly a struggle, what with, you know, parents, family vlogs, just kids uploading themselves to the site. It's definitely something I'm sure they spend a lot of time juggling. So to make the assertion that they don't care is ridiculous to me. Yeah, that is gonna do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments section down below. If you do want me to make a more like specific video about him kind of going through some of his live streams, some of the separate information, I can do that. I just kind of wanted to talk more about the overall situation, my thoughts on it. And yeah, I kind of fall under the, YouTube is obviously trying to do something about this. It's not a good idea to try to entice advertisers to leave the platform because they already have a hard time kind of understanding what the platform is, and you're not gonna hurt the people that are causing this problem. You're only gonna hurt the genuine creators on the platform. So that is gonna do it for today's video. And I say that as someone who I make no money on YouTube. The past 3 or 4 months have been my best months on YouTube, and it's not even close to enough to make any kind of living off of. So that is not me trying to self-serve myself. That's just my love for this platform, the creators on this platform, and the people that I look forward to watching, day in and day out. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later.